I'm Bob Byman. You know, when I was a young kid, this was back in the 60s, everybody did a particular thing in their swing. In fact, starting way back in the beginning of golf, all the way through about 1970, everybody waggled the club. All of the top players waggled the club. Now, from 1970 to maybe 1995, there were about half the players. Always the best players in the world waggled. And now you almost never see that happening. Okay, so this is almost like a forgotten fundamental. And yet all of the best players, the guys that have dominated the sport in their heyday, have always waggled the club. The reason they waggle the club is because it is an integral part of playing your best golf. Okay? So the waggle is the bridge between basically, it's not exactly this, but it's basically a static starting position to the actual start of your swing. So the design of the waggle is not just to loosen up, it actually tones up and tunes up the muscles that you're about to use in the golf swing. Okay? So you literally can rehearse the swing that you're about to use if you know how to waggle properly. Now I'm going to show you a few different ways to waggle here that great players have used, and then I'll show you my favorite, okay? Okay, so here we are. We're getting ready to hit our shot. The club is behind the ball. We're in our starting position, okay? So the angle of the shaft right here to the ground, I want you to maintain that as you cock your wrists and bend your right elbow in as you waggle the club. Okay, so that's just the form of it. The left hand moves targetward. The wrist cock, the shaft maintains itself, and the right elbow bends into the right side of your body here, right about, or just up above your hip. Now you do that in the rhythm that you're going to do the golf swing. Now, there are plenty of really good players that'll hold the club up above the ball, waggle the club, and then they'll drop it back down in this way. They'll go here and drop it back down. That matches a guy that drops the club back down a little bit different in the downswing plane, or the unload plane is a little bit flatter than what the loading plane was. There are plenty of guys, really good players, that waggle the club back and they waggle it forward exactly on that same line. Okay? Now I like to get into my posture. I maintain that posture, and then I waggle the club, and the club comes exactly back down to the ball. Now the left hand controls the waggle, the right hand helps. But the left hand waggles the club back, and then it squares the club up exactly as you're going to come into the ball to hit the shot that you're trying to play. Now in a more advanced way, you're actually trying to waggle the club in the exact rhythm that you're about to use in order to hit the shot that you're trying to play. So let's come on over here now, and let me show you a couple things. Okay, a little bit more forward now. There we go. There we go. Excellent. Okay. So let's say I'm about to hit a shot low into the wind. The wind is blowing into my face. So I'm going to waggle the club at a pace, this very upbeat pace, and that's how I'm going to swing the club. So I'd go up here and go one, boom, and I'd finish like that. Now let's say I'm trying to hit the wind is down and right to left. Most good right-handed players just love that kind of wind. So you're going to hit it high out to the right and draw it in, okay? You're going to really hit this hard. So the waggle is going to be a little bit slower. You're going to come into that shot, boom, like that. Here, and boom into the shot, and like this, and you're going to, whoom, you're going to swing like that a little bit more. So the rhythm of the swing is exactly what you're doing in the waggle. Now, in order to do that, that is such an advantage. It gives you such an edge to be a shot maker from shot to shot to shot. Now, golf is not about just pure mechanics. It's about feel and imagination and setting up for each particular shot relative to what the game is bringing you and allowing you to do. Okay? So the waggle is extremely important. Now from the front view here we are. You'll notice that my left hand goes targetward. It goes past the ball. Okay? My left arm maintains where it is in space. I don't want this thing popping out this way. So the left arm maintains its space, the wrist cock, the right elbow bends in. So this is what it looks like. Now the lower body makes little contributing movements relative to how you're about to swing the club. Now this arc that the club makes in the waggle is only widened as you make your normal backswing. It's exactly the same thing. So in the waggle, the shoulders do not move. The waggle, the shoulders do not move. Obviously, in the first part of the golf swing, everything goes away and it widens the arc, but you have already trained your wrists and your arms to do exactly what you're about to do in the golf swing. This relationship is that relationship. It's exactly the same thing. So you waggle the club back, you waggle it forward. You get that club back exactly as you're going to come into that golf ball. So the waggle back, then the waggle forward. You do it with great rhythm and sensitivity to the shot that you're about to play. This gives you an edge over everybody else. This is something that is rarely taught today, and all of my students do it. I would highly suggest that you do it as well. Enjoy.